are coming to you live from $1 Million Studios. Your boys, Chris Speez,
a.k.a. Speezy,
and the benchmark of professional wrestling, Mr. Silky Baines.
That would make me the Dr. Dre of this shit.
Speez and the Benchmark Show on a Thursday night, September 27, 2018. Thank you so much for being with us. All of you joining us here on Periscope or over on the YouTubes or listening to us after the fact on the podcast. iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify, anywhere you find your favorite podcast. You can find the Speez and the Benchmark Show. So we hope you'll, while you're listening to this, do us a solid, and when you're finished, leave a review for us.
Good review.
Here's the rule of thumb. Anywhere you ingest this show online, if you could just bust out the phone and start tapping, write a comment on the YouTube page, click that like button, write a review on wherever you happen to be listed. Any of that stuff, it helps us out enormously because it gets the show out to more people. And at the end of the day, that's what this is all about. Am I right?
That is absolutely what it's about.
You can give us a call here on the program if you want to get in. 832-937-4559. That's
832-93-SILKY.
Phone lines are open right now. You can talk to our boy DJ on the phone lines. He'll get you queued up and ready to go. And we got a lot of stuff to get to today, man.
Yeah.
A lot of good stuff coming up. We got the New Japan show coming up on Sunday. There's some rumors about who Chris Jericho might be facing soon. And, of course, the big ending to SmackDown Live this past Tuesday, the Samoa Joe. Awesome. It was great. So we're definitely going to get to that.
The rest of the show was shit.
As well. Did you think so? You didn't like the rest of it?
I didn't too much enjoy it. The rest of it was kind of, blah. It wasn't bad. It just, it didn't really stand out to me.
Wasn't a whole lot of wrestling going on.
Yeah.
Which is kind of become the MO with a lot of the shows, to be honest with you. There's quite a few that do that. So, but we'll get into that for sure. So, you want to give a shout out to everybody joining us here on the pro. You don't have the the Periscopes up right now, but that's okay. I'll get over here to the YouTubes and say hey to everybody joining us over there. Well, you got it coming up right now. Look at you. You're all over it.
All right. We got our boy JT England, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
RJ
from the Rant. Rebecca, welcome. Takamania from up there in the Canada.
And as always, 3 other motherfuckers that we can't see.
Yeah, a bunch of folks that we can't see, but that's okay.
I say motherfucker lovingly, though.
Indeed. So if you guys wouldn't mind sharing the program, tweet it out to all your followers there on the Twitters. We're starting to have to compete with football on Thursday nights. And I think those Rams are playing tonight.
Yep, the Rams and the Vikings.
Rams of Los Angeles and Vikings. So it's actually a good football matchup.
It's actually a good football game, but we're here talking to you because we love this shit.
Because that's what we do. In fact, I hauled ass over here from my kids' Meet the Teacher night. Not that was a big deal to have to leave that bunch of shenanigans. Hello, Heather. Glad to have you on YouTube. I think that's probably Sasha Reigns. It's probably one of her many online personalities. So we're going to get to all that stuff we talked about in just a moment. But before we begin, Silky, people say wrestling is fake.
They do.
As if you guys don't,
Watch
go out there
and shit like that
and actually get hurt doing what you're doing.
Yes.
I've seen Silky, all 285 pounds of him, take a superplex from the top rope from another guy who was probably, 265, 275, something like that. So you're talking about, 550 pounds landing in the middle of the ring. I've seen Silky do that.
And a board popped up and seriously jacked up my back.
Yeah, so don't tell me that it's fake.
It is not.
Scripted it is, but this shit hurts. In fact, just ask Liv Morgan.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Taking those Brie Bella kicks to the face. So
2-piece and a biscuit.
Yeah. So wrestling hurts. But my question tonight, the poll question for the program tonight is, does wrestling hurt? Or let's talk specifically about Brie Bella's yes kicks. Do Brie Bella's yes kicks hurt worse than getting completely dragged on social media by a jilted ex-lover? Now, who am I talking about here, Silky? I'm talking about Chicago White Sox pitcher. All right, we're going to get to this tweet right here. Okay, this is from Kelsey Blaylock, who is or was engaged to Chicago White Sox pitcher Jace Fry, who made his major league debut last night. Happy first MLB start to this piece of
shit.
Poop emoji. Jace Fry, and she tags a couple of people, tags the White Sox, and it says screenshot while they last. Now you might be saying, "What? My kid says worse than that to me, Speez. What are you talking about? How's that possibly hurt?" So here's what Miss Kelsey did. Apparently, she found out that our boy Jace, we don't know him, but Jace was cheating on her. And so what Miss Kelsey Bradford decided to do was to go back through her Instagram feed and recaption some of the photos of the relationship that she had with her fiance, Jace. So here are some of the Instagram photos that she also mentioned in the tweet that she put out there. This first one, and I'll describe this for those of you who are listening on the podcast, is Jace signing some baseballs in front of, a handful of kids. And the caption reads, "Give that girl over there my number, but don't tell her I'm engaged."
Nice.
So that's it. These get progressively worse as we go on. Next, we see the two of them at the Birmingham Barons Stadium. Those of you who are Michael Jordan fans might remember that's where Michael Jordan played his minor league baseball. The two of them standing on the field. He's in his uniform. She's dressed all nice. 26, this is the caption, 26th birthday at the ballpark, wasting another year of my life on a sociopath.
God damn. Sociopath.
The third one here, clearly having a good time, the two of them at a bowling alley. He's got her up on his shoulders, laughing, smiling, until you read the caption, which says, "We call this, at the bowling alley, he took the girl he was screwing when I wasn't in town." And last, but certainly not least, the two of them about to share a kiss together with the caption from Miss Kelsey Blaylock reading, "When you think he won't give you an STD again."
God damn.
That is hardcore stuff.
Jesus Christ. But now, I don't want to sound sexist or anything, but
you're
part of that's on you. That's on her. I mean, why are you with someone that gave you an STD? Burn me once. Shame on me. Burn me twice. Shame on you.
Literally burn me once. Or burn me twice.
There's no, that's just ridiculous. So, kind of.
Oh, she's having, yes, England, I think she is having a little bit of trouble moving on. So, poll question for the night. Feel free to chime in the chat room or give us a call, or you can leave us a tweet at Speez Benchmark on Twitter. What hurts worse, a Brie Bella yes kick to the face, or being Kelsey Bradford's former fiance on social media? Because both of those are pretty bad. Yeah.
That was pretty bad. I don't know. That's a toss-up for me. I'm going to go with, definitely getting kicked in the face would not hurt.
Kicked in the face would hurt?
No, I think that's not as... That's the least. That's what I'm taking. So I'm choosing to get kicked in the face because I got to keep my name clear. In these streets.
That's what I'm saying. Not only
you
that,
never know.
So this guy Jace shut down his Twitter, and I think somebody asked the question because a lot of these tweets were deleted. But thankfully, the internet is great and they'll capture these things. Somebody asked what this was all about, and she said, "Ask at so and so who was the chick that her fiance was sleeping with," and that chick had to shut her Twitter down as well.
Damn,
so she's just wreaking havoc on the
Christ.
fucking social media. So Kelsey cute girl, former gymnast, so she's in great shape and everything like that.
Right,
but holy cow, dude!
But that's like 10 level. That's like the 10th level of crazy right there.
Yeah, that's.
And she, no offense, again, not to sound sexist, she is nowhere near hot enough to be that crazy. And me put up with it.
I guess. Chris Rutt, how are you, sir? Ringside Rant says, "I think she had a brain issue. England, he must have been all that if he's still living rent-free in her head." Maybe so. Maybe it's the fact that he was going to be a professional ball player, whatever the case may be. But
I mean, because there is no salary cap in baseball. So, I mean, you can't blame her, I guess.
That stinks. So, Lidmantis says Super Hearts for quality smut. So, that's great. That's very good. Looks like we got some phone callers waiting for us on the line already. Who do you think it is?
Sasha Reigns.
It's got to be Speez in the Benchmark, Roman Reigns correspondent Sasha Reigns joining us here on the program. How are you, Sasha?
Yes, I'm very good.
I'm glad to hear that. I see from our notes here that you want to talk Roman Reigns, which is shocking.
Yeah.
What is it you want
to? Yeah.
You are the Roman Reigns correspondent, so we would expect as much. So, what's the latest on Roman? What are you hearing?
A Roman Reigns sign was taken away because it said Roman sucks.
Yes, for those of you who did not hear, there was a story online about a fan bringing a sign that says Roman sucks to Raw. You might have seen it in the crowd. But apparently at one point during the show, one of the security guards went up and took the sign away from the fan, claiming that Roman said he didn't like it. And he didn't like having signs like that there. Now, I don't know for sure if that's the case, but what do you think about that, Sasha? Do you think we're Is that fair of Roman to do, to say, I don't want this sign there? What do you think?
I think that's fair because it's his job.
You wouldn't want people coming to your job.
Wrestler.
Yeah, you wouldn't want people coming to your job and holding up signs that says Sasha Reigns sucks.
Yeah, I mean, I get that a lot.
Yeah, you probably do.
Actually, I had one sign that said "put pants on."
Oh well.
And one time I was tagging with my brother. We had matching gear, and they called us the Bella Twins. And I still, to this day, don't know how I should feel about that one.
Okay, then. Well, that is a little bit awkward. So Sasha, yes, we do have the sign issue with Roman, and yeah, I'm kind of with you. I mean, I understand it, but at the same time, growing up watching the Attitude Era like we did, we saw a lot of signs like that were probably a lot worse. But things have changed nowadays in the PG era. What else is going on with Mr. Roman that we should know about?
One of the 5 unlucky matches that might not be able to happen are The Rock versus Roman.
That would be pretty interesting. That is a rumor that I'm hearing as well, that we could potentially see The Rock returning to face Roman Reigns.
Won't happen.
You don't think it'll happen?
No.
Why not?
Because I just don't see Rock taking away from his movie schedule to wrestle Roman. No offense to Roman. I mean, he's great. They're related. I'm sure they like each other, but it does nothing for The Rock.
That's true.
I mean, Rock comes back and wrestles someone like, Triple H. That's money. And that's something he's familiar with.
Yeah.
I think, the John Cena thing, coming back to wrestle John Cena, that's a once-in-a-lifetime matchup. Right now, Roman Reigns is not right. He's not there yet to be that big of a draw to draw The Rock out.
So could that be what gets him to that point? Could WWE be saying, well, you know what, he's not there yet, but if there's anybody that's going to get him there, the People's Champ coming back might be a good thing.
No, because, I mean, you want people to love him, and The Rock is very well loved, so, I mean, hell, Roman's barely face against fucking Braun Strowman, so what do you think's going to happen when he wrestles The Rock?
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. You got anything else Roman Reigns related for us, Sasha?
Also, a triple threat at Mania 35 can happen between the Shield for the Universal title.
That would be very interesting as well. We're hearing some back and forth about that. Yeah, a lot of speculation about what could happen come WrestleMania time. We got a little ways to go, so we shall wait and see what happens along those lines. But Sasha, thank you very much for the phone call. As always, man, we appreciate the Roman Reigns update. And again, we're looking forward to your Roman Reigns costume at Halloween. So make sure you copy us on those tweets and let us know how it turns out.
I will.
All right, Sasha, thanks so much. We appreciate the call. We will talk to you very soon. That is Speez and the Benchmark correspondent, Roman Reigns correspondent. Boom. Sasha Reigns getting us updated. 832.
Oh, did you hear about the conspiracy before I get
937-4559 if you want to get into the phone lines. The conspiracy. What is the conspiracy?
93 Silky.
First of all, let's say thank you to the Super Hearts there. We got to send a shout out to Lit Mantis, who was here and left. Thank you very much, sir. Anthony. Our buddies Get the Tables. Anthony is here. We appreciate you. Get the Tables will be on after us tonight, as always. Triple header night. You had Dr. Huge earlier. You got us now, and Get the Tables is coming on later. And our boy Jeffrey Cross as well. Thank you guys very much for the Super Hearts. We appreciate that. We're getting ever closer to that magic Super Heart number.
Boom.
Where they're going to start sending your boys some money.
Because these bills need to get paid.
Indeed, they do. So, speaking of which, if you want to chip in, why do I keep saying chime in? I guess because you chime in on the phone lines, you can chip in to the tip jar. I always get those two confused. But anyway, tinyurl.com/SB tip jar. If you want to kick in a couple bucks, that would be great. We would appreciate that. It's a one-time thing. It's not something you do all the time. But if you want to help out, that'd be great.
And did you see the whole conspiracy about the one night in Milwaukee? And then they showed that promo a long time ago where The Rock came back talking with Lana. He's like, remember when you showed me the old Wisconsin wheelbarrow? Yeah. Maybe that's it.
People. Maybe that's it. What guy's phone number, Speez? Oh, that's our phone number. If you want to call us, Chris Surratt, well, you're welcome to give us a call, man. If you want to chime in on the phone lines.
832-93 Silky.
Let's get to the end of this SmackDown Live episode this week because it was outstanding.
That's the only thing worth mentioning.
We had Randy Orton coming in and wreaking havoc again. We'll get to that in a little bit. It's still interesting to see Randy Orton doing his thing. It is,
but I don't know what he's doing.
Well, that's part of what makes it exciting for me.
It's like,
we don't know.
Because it's just totally you start off by attacking Jeff Hardy and sticking the screwdriver through his fucking ear, and
which was great.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
great
then,
in like a really horrible, terrible way.
But then the next one is Ty fucking Dillinger. Like, I don't like you step down a lot.
It could be that he's just going to start wrecking people left and right just because he can, because he's Randy Orton.
I mean, but he's talking about taking remember basically his mission statement when he attacked Jeff was he was going to basically take out every fan favorite. Like, and while, you know, Ty Dillinger is a fan favorite, but I mean, he's not on that level. Like, for Randy Orton, he shouldn't be on Randy Orton's like list. Like, Randy Orton should be focused on like the AJs.
Well, maybe this is all it takes to take out Ty Dillinger because he's not a huge name.
Yeah.
Maybe it's this one-time beatdown on SmackDown, and he can say, "Okay, I took care of Ty Dillinger." Like, I don't know that they necessarily need to have a long feud. That might be somewhat insulting to Ty Dillinger. And again, I'm not trying to be, but we'll see how it plays out. I think heel Randy Orton is such a blast to watch, so it'll be exciting to see where he goes. But again, the thing that got everybody talking was Samoa Joe at the end of SmackDown Live showing up at AJ Styles' house, and Styles was pretty bad in that segment.
Yeah, he was not.
He's not a guy you want to carry storylines like that, like, and we've known that about AJ for a long time.
Yeah, because my issue with that was it was just the fact that he didn't have that urgency. Like, he's talking to him like it's a friend. Like, we're talking to one another. Like, come on, bro.
Like, come on, dude, don't go to my house.
Don't do it, dude. Don't do it, bro. Like, if that was me, this would be the time I'm like, you guys have your finger on the trigger because we're going to sell the realness. So I'm going to be dropping cuss words, because if you're at my house where my wife and kids are and I'm away, I'm going to be like, don't you fucking go in there. I swear to God, I will fucking kill you. I will fucking end you.
Yep.
And you can bleep all that stuff out, and everybody, it's just going to add to the feud. Like,
I totally agree. I totally agree.
Like,
yeah, he didn't.
Bro,
who
the fuck you calling bro? And this dude's at your house.
Yeah, you ain't my fucking bro, that's for sure.
Exactly.
Chris Rott, try 832-937-4559. That should be working. I don't know if the phone line's not working for you, but we got another caller on hold, so could be something on your end, but we shall see. We're going to come back to Joe in just a minute, but let's get to our boy David calling from downstairs. That's my boy David, who always listens to the show, and we're always appreciative of that. Wants to talk a little Seth Rollins with the people. What's going on, David? How are you, sir?
I am fine. How about you, Chris?
Doing very well. Thank you very much for calling into the program, as usual. What's going on? What do you want to talk about tonight? A little Seth Rollins, I hear?
Yes, sir.
All
you
right.
know that I always talk about Seth Rollins.
I can, being David's father, I can attest to this fact. He does always talk about Seth Rollins, I should say. So now you got a live audience here, David. What is it that you want to say about Seth Rollins? What is it we're going to talk about?
Well, I've heard with the release of the Second Coming version 3, with the Burn It Down at the intro of his theme, people are saying that, like, there's half of the people who are saying that it's great and that it sounds super cool, but the other half is saying that it just messes up the whole theme. What are your thoughts about it?
I'm not a big fan of guys changing their theme music. Now, with Rollins, it wasn't a huge change.
Yeah.
It's just, look, here's the thing. I've said this before. I don't know if I've said it here on the show. I know I've said it to David, certainly, and I've said it to Silky. If you give the fans something to chant or something to sing along with, they're going to love you no matter how good or bad you are in the ring. I mean, look at guys like Ty Dillinger. And again, I think Ty Dillinger is good in the ring. He's not great. He's okay on the mic. He's not great. But the fact that they can all start chanting 10, they fucking love Ty Dillinger. Bobby Roode's another guy. What has Bobby Roode done since coming to the main roster that makes you go, oh, shit, I can't wait for the next Bobby Roode match?
I mean, he was a U.S. champion.
Yeah, but are people really chomping at the bit to see U.S. champion Bobby Roode?
No.
No, they're chomping at the bit to sing the song. That's what it is. And so, you know, throwing the Burn It Down in there I thought was kind of hokey to begin with. But the fact that fans can scream Burn It Down, not that Seth Rollins really needed a lot of help getting over with the fans, but, you know, it still works for me. Did you think it made too much of a change, that it gets kind of hokey, or are you a fan of it?
Me?
Yes, sir. You. Sorry, I should have said David.
I think I'm a big fan of it, and especially when me and you went to WrestleMania this year. I remember we were sitting in the back, and when his theme came on, I went crazy. And when the Burn It Down hit, the 6 flames shot up into the air, everything turned orange, and I felt the heat from the very back of the stadium.
Yeah,
That's how amazing it was.
It was pretty amazing. We sat across from the ramp where everybody entered, so we were on the opposite side of the stadium from the ramp. And when those fireballs shot up, man, you could feel the heat all the way across the Superdome, which was pretty impressive. So, all right, David, well, as always... Sorry, go ahead.
So think about this. If Rollins had not had that Burn It Down at the beginning of his theme, that means the lights would have gone out, and then the lights would have popped back up, but that pyro wouldn't have gone. So what do you think would have been cooler, the lights going out or the pyro? I'm saying the pyro.
I totally agree with you.
Pyro's always cooler.
Yeah, and David, thank you for the phone call. We're going to free up the phone lines here, sir, so thank you for chiming in. Yeah, you can't go wrong with the pyro. I mean, that's definitely the way to go. But look, you know, as far as people are going to find something to complain about, you know, they don't like the new theme song. They don't like the new theme song, but you gotta love my boy David calling in. Yeah. You guys don't know about David. David, as he was a young kid, all kinds of troubles. Wouldn't talk. Very quiet kid, very shy and everything like that. Now every time we do a show, he wants to call in because he's got an audience to listen to him.
Boom.
He's a pretty cool kid. I dig that.
He is a really cool kid.
Blonde Streak Rollins needs to have a comeback. I totally agree.
I was never a fan of the Blonde Streak.
I hated him, but I was supposed to hate him, and I'm talking about heel Rollins. Now, whether or not stylistically, if you like the Blonde Streak or whatever, I associate heel Rollins with Blonde Streak Rollins. So
I don't know if that's something that I necessarily want to see because he's just so much over as a baby. I feel like when they turned him, it was the perfect time to turn him because you would have thought Dean would have been the one more to turn, or hell, even Roman. And if you watch that whole storyline unfold when Rollins turned, you were more thinking it'd be Roman or Dean. To me, at least, I wasn't thinking Seth would be. I was like, Seth is definitely going to stay face.
Yeah.
So that's what made it even more shocking when Seth turned, why Seth was the one.
And I think that's why it worked as well as it did.
Yes.
Because you wouldn't expect that to be the case. Dr. Huge with us. Oh! Always good to see you, sir. I was trying to watch your show as I'm going in because I don't miss the Sleaze on Dr. Huge. At the Sleaze 52, at Dr. Huge Show. Two guys that run a very, very, very entertaining show that comes on 6 p.m. Central Time, normal people time, every day of the week, Monday through Friday. And the Sleaze coming on cracks me up every time, and I couldn't get a signal. It's like the closer you get to a school, the worse your internet signal is. I've noticed that any time. Maybe they do that on purpose to screw the kids over. So whatever the case may be. Back to Samoa Joe. So here's my question. I got to thinking about where do we go from here? Because, you know, people talked about Rockstar Spud going over to AJ's house for crying out loud. It's not like the home invasion angle isn't something that we've seen before. Most notoriously the Brian Pillman Stone Cold, did he get shot or not get shot bit there. But my immediate question was, okay, I thought they ended the show perfectly.
Yeah.
To say daddy's home, doorbell rings, cut to black, don't show anything else. So the next logical question is, when you have a great cliffhanger like that, is where do they go from here? And so I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts on this because I have a theory on what I think could work really well. But the one thing that can really suck about a great cliffhanger like that is if the payoff is shitty. Like, how many times do you see a trailer for a movie and you go, oh my God, that's going to be so good. And the movie is just total shit. Like, it's just horrible. It happens all the time. So it would be extremely disappointing if whatever they have planned for the next episode or however they tie this whole thing together is terrible. So how about we kick around some ideas? What do you want to see? And shout out to Kyle King from the Heel Turn podcast, Sports Radio 610. That's sportsradio610.com.
Was lame.
How do you think that was lame, Kyle King?
I thought it was pretty dope.
I thought that was great.
If you're taking into Samoa Joe's part was dope. Can we agree on that, Kyle?
Yeah, Kyle, you're welcome to call in 832-937-4559 if you want to chat about it.
832-93-SILKY.
Definitely not lame, that's for sure.
Yeah, like, if you're talking Samoa Joe's part, no, that was not lame. Now, AJ's, like I said, which we already discussed, AJ's part was lame. So the question becomes, did AJ's part being so lame overshadow Samoa Joe's part, which was so good?
Yeah, we'll see. Wendy and Joe doing the Wisconsin wheelbarrow. That's Rebecca Smith. Yeesh. Chris Rat, I don't know what to tell you, man. If the phone number's not working for you, I'm not sure what's happening.
I think he just wants us to keep saying 832-93-SILKY.
That's probably true. Yeah, and Kyle joining us now is asking who the hell just stands in the ring and watches some dude invade his home, which is what Silky was saying earlier. Yeah, he was.
Well, I mean, I get that, but what the fuck is he going to do? Like, AJ's in Georgia, they're in Denver. Fuck is he gonna do?
Yeah,
I mean, running out.
You can stand there and complain about it, or you can run in the back and complain about
like,
it.
Like, I'm gonna run out, and in like 3 hours, when I get home, I'm gonna bust your ass if you still there.
Exactly.
Like, I mean, there's nothing at that point. What AJ should have done is
I'll tell you what he should have done. He should have cut a promo just like this.
I suplex you. I'll put you in the camel clutch. I'll break your back, and I'm gonna make you fucking suffer.
The fact that Sheik gets short of breath before he gets to the end of it is awesome.
Yeah, but like he should have been like backing down and like, you know, it should have been more organic, maybe. Like, you know, like that. He didn't tap into that fear that you would have as someone you're away and someone is at your house.
Yeah, I totally agree. Dr. Huge says that Samoa Joe is going to show up and eat all the Styles family food. So
that fat bastard, you call him Sloppy Joe.
Oh, goodness. So, you know, maybe so.
Yeah, Kyle. Call the cops. This is fucking wrestling, Kyle. Like, no one calls the cops.
Yeah. Chris are at 832-937-4559. He's trying 934-4559. 937-4559 is the phone number if you want to get in, folks. So feel free to give us a holler here. So what would you like to see happen from here? Or would you like me to tell you my thoughts on it first?
I'd like to hear your horrible idea.
Okay, well, welcome to Real WrestleCast. You're here just in time for my good idea because Silky says it's a horrible idea.
It's going to be pretty fun.
It's not going to be horrible. It's not going to be crazy. Here's the thing. As a storyteller, you got two basic responsibilities, and most of what you tell in your story comes down to two essential questions. What are you going to reveal to your audience, and when are you going to reveal it? And I think WWE has already done a great job in this particular scenario of the when are you going to reveal it, because obviously something was about to go down. To leave it hanging there at the end like that is a great job of waiting to reveal it and building up some more tension there. Now, the next question becomes, what are you going to reveal? What I would love to see happen is for AJ Styles, or for us, you can lump us into the same category, not to find out immediately what happened. Not to know what happened. I'd love to see AJ Styles, whether it's face-to-face with Wendy, maybe he gets her on the phone, maybe they're having a Skype conversation, whatever the case may be, and she's so shaken by what happened that she can't even talk about it. And she says, I don't even want to talk about it. I don't even want to talk about it. Because then, again, it leaves it up to our imagination. Because
everyone's going to go to rape. So
whatever they... No, and I think that, and again, they could definitely address that. I mean, she could say...
I don't want to talk about it, but he did not rape.
Yeah, did he touch you? Did he put his hands on you? No, he didn't touch me. He didn't touch the kids. It's just, I don't want to talk about it. You know, I mean, you could write it in such a way to where it rules that out. But my point is, you can't satisfy everybody, and everybody's going to have their own thoughts about what should happen. And leaving a certain amount of it to people's imagination, and I don't think you could do it forever, but it's certainly something that you could get more mileage out of. You don't have to reveal it right away. Let it build. Let AJ go even more crazy, because now, not only is Joe fucking with him, and he's having to deal with Joe, but now he's got his family. Joe's got his family so fucked up that his family can't even talk to him. I mean, just take AJ, drag him through hell. That's exactly what they should do with this. Take what they did. Well, okay, go ahead.
No.
I could come up with the greatest idea, which that's a pretty fucking good idea. Silky's going to disagree regardless.
Yeah, it was because it wasn't that great of an idea. I mean, it has.
Don't reveal it. Leave it to our imagination.
I would leave it to the imagination in the sense of AJ not being there, because we've got next week and then it's the fucking match Super Showdown.
That's
so
fair.
What I would do is just have it where AJ's not there, tending to family issues, have Joe walking around, you know, where people are really trying to ask him, like, you know, you see people kind of wanting to ask, and even finally Paige asks what happens, and, you know, he just smirks and walks off.
Absolutely, yeah.
Boom. And that's how you leave it open, so that you start that match at Super Showdown hot and heavy, like Joe comes out, and we don't get the normal boxing entrance where, you know, they're both in the ring. It's like Joe comes out, AJ just blasts the shit
Absolutely,
out.
Yeah. I agree. And you mentioned that should have happened at Hell in a Cell, and that could have worked there as well.
It'll work both ways, because depending on what you want to do for the finish, if you want to put the title on Joe, you know, his rage and his anger is what will screw him out of the title.
Yeah.
Like cause him to make that fatal mistake that gets Joe the win.
Yeah. And I think the focus here, I mean, I agree with what you're saying, but the focus here has got to be on AJ. And it's got to be about what's going on with AJ psychologically, because that's what this is. I mean, this is just all psychological warfare by Joe.
The reason I disagree with what you were saying, because that puts too much onus on AJ, and we just showed he can't pull off that distress. So I think it's better, you know, hide the negatives. Don't have Styles back. Don't see Styles until Super Showdown.
Maybe so. I would love to see, again, AJ should just have to, he should have to suffer through this, because that's what Joe's trying to do. He's trying to make him suffer. Let us see him suffer.
Or
don't show us exactly what happened.
Or if you wanted to still see AJ do a remote from his home where, like, he's sitting there and he goes to open his mouth and he just looks down and then he walks off. Like,
again, he
can't even talk.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Have him and his family in a scenario where it's so bad, whatever it is, that they can't even talk about it. And I would prefer that it's that he really wants to know and they can't tell him. His wife can't tell him, because, again, it drives him crazy. He has to know. He has to know.
I think where I'm disagreeing with that, respectfully, is that it puts too much on, like, the family. It takes away the heat from Joe and AJ. You want to keep this heat between Joe and AJ. So, you can silently, without having to bring the family, doing the whole spiel of, like, AJ talking to his wife, trying to get her to tell her, and his wife's so traumatized. You can do that, like I say, with that one promo of, like, he's just quiet. And, like, he just eventually, like, he keeps going like he's going to talk, and then he chokes up and stuff, and then finally he just pulls the mic off and walks out.
Something along those lines. But I think you and I are in agreement that keeping this somewhat of a mystery and making it more about the psychological impact that it has on AJ rather than about what specifically went down. Because honestly, whatever they come up with is probably going to be a letdown. So when you leave it up to the audience's imagination and you let us figure it out for ourselves, or you let us decide for ourselves what happened there, because at the end of the day, what's important, like you said, is AJ versus Joe. Not the family, not everything that's going on with the family. We care about this match. We care about this feud. We care about AJ wanting to kill Joe.
Yeah.
So let's keep
just got to step it up and play it a little more hatred, and then I think that'll work out better. Hell, what I would do, especially since, you know, I'm a Samoa Joe fan, and I'm calling Samoa Joe winning, is I would leave it up like there's footage of what happened at the home, but you don't show it, and how you debut that footage is in the match when Styles has a won, that footage starts playing. He starts looking like, what the hell? And before you could see him visually getting like more upset, and before he could do anything, boom, Coquina clutch, night, Joe's the champ.
Yeah, that could work as well. There's a lot of ways they could go with it. Let's get to Chris Surratt over on the phone lines. We finally got Chris Surratt through on the phone lines here. What's going on, Chris? How are you, sir?
Good.
Glad to have you.
Are you guys looking forward to Super Showdown? I'm looking forward to Samoa Joe and AJ Styles.
Most definitely.
Definitely am looking forward to it. I mean, I've acquiesced on the Undertaker Triple H. I'm actually wanting to see
I think the no count out, and no DQ is going to be a good match with no DQ.
Yeah, I totally agree. And in fact, we talked about that before, and I'm with you, Chris. I think the fact that you got to up the stakes at this point. you got to make this. It's got to be. We saw the DQ finish, or we saw the sort of no finish where we couldn't. Those two guys didn't settle it in the ring. At some point, you want to see them settle it in the ring, and the fact that they made that a stipulation there, I think, is going to be great. Let me ask you this, Chris: who do you have winning this match? Do you think Joe finally gets the title, or do you think that AJ holds on to it for a while longer? Chris, you still with us, man?
All that.
Oh, sorry, buddy. Go ahead. Say that one more time.
I think that Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair's rivalry is good so far. That like she's like Becky Lynch is the heel, and
you're liking? Are you liking heel Becky Lynch, or do you prefer Becky Lynch as the babyface?
I like her as a heel. I think it's pretty cool that she's a heel now.
Yeah, definitely great for her character. It's done wonders for her in that department.
I mean, I like the heel Becky Lynch. Like I think it's better than the babyface.
That's fair enough. Anything else in particular you're looking forward to on the Australia show, Chris? Chris, you still with us, buddy? I think we might have lost Chris. It might be Chris's phone that's giving us trouble because he had trouble dialing in before as well. So, Chris, we appreciate the phone call, buddy. Thanks for chiming in.
I think what he was going to say is that he's looking forward to the fact that the fucking Iconics have a match, but the Revival don't.
Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly what he was going to say. I'm going to look at the comments here because for some reason the chat on the computer is not working there. So, do we think Joe and AJ closes the show? No. It's going to be
Taker and Triple H.
I was going to say it's got to be Triple H.
They sold this
Undertaker.
whole pay-per-view on Taker and Triple H.
Yeah, I totally agree. Let me get over to the YouTube comments because I've been missing Brooke and David over here. So thank you both for being here. Brooke's still upset that Finn's not going to be on the Super Show either. I feel your pain, Brooke, because the fucking Revival aren't going to be
that's
there.
got to sting though when Buddy fucking Murphy, the Iconics, they're on the show.
Yeah, because they're from Australia.
But still, what have they done? Well, Buddy Murphy's done a little bit.
He's done all right. He's done all right
for himself. But the Iconics ain't done shit.
Yeah.
And yet they're on the show.
I agree. And Brooke also liked my idea of the Samoa Joe thing. Hey, like I said, I think you and I are in the same boat. You can.
No, I'm in a better boat.
You're not in a better boat.
I'm in a way better boat.
You're not.
Your boat sucked.
My boat was fantastic.
Your boat's full of fucking holes.
It's not full of holes, but this is me.
Your boat's full of holes and you're going to sink.
He's looking forward to the Bellas and Ronda. No, I'm not looking forward to the Bellas and Ronda. I'm watching you guys. We'll talk. I think that's he's watching us talk.
Oh.
As opposed to actually talking to us is Chris out there. So that's okay. It happens from time to time. Again, guys, if you want to get it on the phone lines, 832-937-4559.
That's 832-93-SILGAY.
So we're really digging the Samoa Joe, AJ Styles thing. Yeah. Randy Orton's doing well for himself. We talked about Monday Night Raw on our post-Raw show, so you can check that out on the YouTube channel, tinyurl.com/Speez benchmark. So do us a favor and head over that way. Let's talk some New Japan, Silky. We got the event coming up out there on the West Coast this weekend.
Yep.
The New Japan show, they're still pretty much exclusively going to the West Coast.
It's going to be on Access as well.
It is going to be on Access. Well, that'll be good.
It says it's going to be September 30th. It will air live on New Japan show, and then on Friday, October 5th, it will air. So a day before Super Showdown, it's going to air.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anytime New Japan comes out here to the U.S., it's a good thing. I mean, it's not necessarily going to be a huge card, and
it actually is. I mean,
they've got some huge names on it.
It's a pretty stacked card.
There's definitely some interesting matchups going on. It is a New Japan event, so naturally there are a shit ton of tag team and 6-man tag team matches.
Our boy ACH.
Our boy ACH from right here in Texas.
He's going to be tagging with Taguchi and Jushin Thunder Liger, which is pretty cool, against Roppongi 3K, Shoyo, and Rocky Romero.
Definitely. I'll tell you what, before we get to New Japan, we got our boy Lit Mantis on the line here. Wants to talk about AJ and Samoa Joe. What's going on, Lit Man? How are you, sir?
What's up, guys? Just watching my Vikings struggle against the Rams right now.
God damn it.
Well, you could be a Texans. You could be a Texans fan, so
that's true.
Yeah. Your Kirk Cousins is fucking me over.
I wanted to point out can you guys talk about AJ Styles in the ring reacting to Samoa Joe outside his house? Can you talk about that real quick?
Did you miss us talking about that a minute ago, or are you wanting us to talk about it more?
Because it was bad.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
It was pretty bad. Like, it was a tale of two different promos, because the Samoa Joe thing was awesome. But then, like, what we were saying is that AJ didn't sell. He was just like, come on, dude. Come on, bro. That is not how you would talk if you were afraid someone's going to break in your house and do whatever to your wife and kids and you're fucking 500 miles away.
Yeah, exactly.
That's just not how you react.
Mantis, what did you think, buddy? What did you think as you were watching AJ Styles in there?
Yeah, I thought it was a little, like, why would you stay in the ring? Wouldn't you get out of the ring, roll out quick, and sprint to the back at least?
That's
I feel
what
like they could have called an audible, and somebody could have told him, like, get out of the ring and run, like, do something.
But, I mean, I get the whole, I would have been more angry in the ring because you're at my house. But, I mean, let's be honest. Like I was saying before, what the fuck is rolling out of the ring going to do? I mean, he's like hundreds of miles away. It's not like they're in the town, like they're in Georgia, where he could leave and conceivably get there in a reasonable time.
Well, and I think what people were wanting was to see anything at all.
Well, I mean, yeah,
from AJ other than just standing there and going,
"Come on, dude,
bro, come on, dude, don't do that,
bro, don't go in my house, dude." Like, that's so not cool, dude. That's a dick move. Like, that's his vibe.
Well, let me ask you this: Do you see Joe winning the belt in this program? Do you see him holding the belt eventually after they sell the video game?
I do see him winning the belt.
I do too, eventually, because they've done a great job building Joe as the guy that could take it from him.
I see him winning. I mean, I'd say, because I called a long time ago, Negro Damas, that he was going to win. There you go. He was going to win the title at Super Showdown.
Okay.
Like, this match is tailor made, and he's got the mind game edge to where he's going to do something referencing the family that's going to make AJ go off, and he's going to get so angry that he makes a mistake and Joe capitalizes.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's Joe's time. I think they've done a great job building him up. So hopefully so, because I think Joe as a heel champ would be outstanding. Litman, tell the folks where they can find you on Twitter and when you're appearing on the Dr. Huge show, so we get a nice plug in for you before you go.
At Litmanis, I'm on the Dr. Shoot Show every Friday at 6 o'clock Central Time.
See?
7 p.m. Eastern, I think.
7 p.m. Eastern it is. Yes. And shout out to you for using Central Time since we're down here in Texas. We appreciate that.
Hey,
all right, brother.
For having me on, guys.
You got it, man. Good luck to your Vikings the rest of the way. And
tell Kirk Cousins, stop fucking around, man. He's fucking my shit up.
Yeah, well, he probably just wants his Vikings to win, so that's good enough. Man, we appreciate it, buddy. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks so much for calling into the show. We appreciate you. 832-937-4559 if you want to get in. So
832-93-SILKY.
Let's get back over to this New Japan show.
Oh, yeah. Back to the New Japan show. So we have that. We've got, I guess, whatever the fuck they're called now. But Kazarian and Daniels against the Bullet Club's Chase Owens and Hangman Page.
Okay.
You got another six-man, Flip Gordon, Chris Sabin, and Bola winner Jeff Cobb versus Chucky T, Beretta, and Hiroki Goto.
Chucky T. Although I'll dig that match because Jeff Cobb, again, we mentioned him. I think we mentioned him briefly on one of our other shows. If you guys haven't checked out Jeff Cobb, he's a fucking fantastic talent and just won the Battle of Los Angeles, an indie tournament out there in L.A., as you would imagine, Pro Wrestling Guerrilla out there on the West Coast. A great, great talent. There was a rumor that he'd signed with Ring of Honor, which he said is not the case. Mm-hmm. But you can catch him this weekend on the New Japan show, so check him out as well.
Then we got Los I can't say it. Fucking
Los Ingobernables.
There we go. Sonata, Evil, and Naito against Davey Boy Smith Jr., Lance Archer. I know him.
Yes, we do.
And Zack Sabre Jr.
That should be a great match.
That should be a great match.
Yes, definitely love Davey Boy and Lance Archer. Those two guys are awesome.
We got Kushida and Tanahashi against Gato and Jay White. I'm looking forward to that. Big Jay White fan.
Jay White is excellent as a heel.
We got the Junior Heavyweight Championship Tournament semifinal, which I didn't know. I mean, I knew there was going to be a tournament, and then I saw this, and I'm like, I didn't even know who was in the tournament. But apparently,
didn't they just have the best of the Super Juniors not too long ago? I mean, it was a few months ago now.
Yeah, but I mean, and then he won the title, and then he broke his fucking neck.
Yeah, so I guess you got to do it again.
That's why we are where we are.
That's true.
So it's going to be the villain Marty Scurll against Will Ospreay. So that should be a great match.
Hopefully, Will Ospreay will not be doing any Spanish flies off the fucking ring apron and damn near killing himself.
We got the tag team match, the Bucks against the Gorillas. So that's that's going to be hot and heavy because the Gorillas already took the 6-man titles or the never open weight 6-man titles off the Bucks. So they're trying to take their tag titles. This is the one I'm looking for, which I think should be the main event, honestly. Juice Robinson versus Cody for the U.S. title.
Yeah, and Juice Robinson,
be amazing.
Juice Robinson didn't get a lot of love in the G1 after having won the U.S. title.
Yeah, they totally fucked him on that G1 booking because he lost to maybe 1 or 2 people. I think he had 4 to 6 points.
He did not.
He beat 3 people.
Did not look.
And
good
they were
G1.
Guys like fucking Toru Yano, people that he was supposed to beat.
Definitely supposed to beat. So we'll see what happens against Cody. It's interesting now that Cody's the NWA champ. Does that play into whether or not he wins the IWGP US Championship? You never know. Of course. Thank you, Chris Surratt. We'll definitely look forward to talking to you next week. The Bucks are fighting cartoon characters now, says Dr. Huge. I lost my train of thought as to we were talking about Cody, and I don't remember what the fuck I was going to say. So go right ahead.
All right. And then we go to the main event, which is going to be pretty good too. Hard hitting.
Another tag team match. But that's okay.
It's Tomohiro Ishii and Kazuchika Okada versus the Golden Lovers. Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi.
Should be a great matchup there. Ishii, of course, coming off of the loss against Kenny Omega in his bid to win the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. But it should be a great match. And anytime you get to see Kota Ibushi, holy shit, that guy is good.
That dude, Liv Morgan should be happy that it wasn't Kota Ibushi who kicked him.
No shit, right? That would not have ended well.
He's just too good. And when I say that, it's you shouldn't have that sensation that something he does that you can do just because he makes it look that easy. Like when he does that triple jump where he jumps from inside the ring to the post on the second rope, and then backflips off, and it looks so easy, and I'm like, I bet you I could do that. I mean, it looks pretty easy.
No.
I know I can't, but
dude.
He just makes it look so easy.
And he's 36 years old. He looks like he's fucking 25. I mean, the guy looks 10 years younger than he actually is. He's in phenomenal shape. If you're a moves guy, there's not a move he can't do, but he mixes up his matches enough to where they're always exciting to watch. I mean,
except for he always sells his neck. If you've watched Kota Ibushi matches, it's he's always getting something done to where he takes bumps on his head and shit.
It's kind of like the Matt Jackson back thing. I don't know how long Matt Jackson's back has been an issue, but he's been selling that forever as well. So bizarre when Dave likes Yano. I know our friend Mr. Warren Hayes is a fan of Yano as well.
I love Yano. His
he's
work.
Such a goof,
He's
man.
so entertaining though, and that's what you need. He's like Santino Marella of New Japan,
except he can,
except for he can actually go.
He can go.
I mean, Santino can go too.
That's true,
but not like Yano. Yano's an actual Olympic style wrestler.
Yeah, and what they did with him in the G1 this year of trying to play it straight instead of being the comedy guy was really, really funny. So that's very cool. I did this again. Everybody see this right here? For those of you not listening to the podcast, see that cable right there? Both of us dumbasses didn't even notice that thing was on camera. What do you mean it's on me? You've been looking at yourself on the camera the whole time.
First of all, why would you fucking tell people about it and then move it off? You might as well show it. You might as well show it now.
When I move it, then people are going to see it, and they're going to go, what the fuck was that thing? So I might as well tell the people, we're letting them behind the scenes a little bit, Silky. Pulling back the curtain. Letting everybody know what's going on. Because
you've been somewhere.
We're that nice.
Act like you've done this shit before.
This is how much Silky looks at himself. Fucker looked at the whole show this week and the last one that we did on Monday, and didn't notice the fucking cable the whole time because he's too busy looking at how pretty it looks in his Chicago Bulls hat.
Yeah, my Chicago Bulls, red on red.
And I still haven't taught him to talk into the microphone for the entire show because he still leans back like he's got the microphone in front of him.
Fuck you. Anyway, I got my Cole Cabana Wrestle for Free Speech shirt.
I don't think they can hear you because you're not talking.
They can hear me, you motherfucker. I got my Cole Cabana Wrestle for Free Speech shirt. I got my all white 13s on. I mean, feeling pretty fresh.
You got the 13s going today.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice. They're not the 11s.
Not the 11, the 13. I mean, could take, notes and, try to dress appropriately.
I got the Ring of Honor crew guy because that's what we did, and that's outstanding. And my Houston Astros World Series champions just clinched the AL West for the second year in a row, won 100 games for the second year in a row, first time in many, many years that's happened. It's a great thing. There's nothing fucking wrong with what I'm rocking with right here. Yes, in fact, Brooke Jackson.
What are those?
The British Bulldogs. Yeah, I came from my son's. He's talking about my shoes because I came from my son's fucking.
And penny loafers and shit.
It's not penny loafers, you fucking jackass. Thankfully, this show is coming to a close, so we will be checking out the New Japan event this weekend. If you've got New Japan World, you can watch it on their streaming service. If you can figure out the fucking website, because that New Japan website is absolutely horrible.
Yeah, it is pretty, but like the app is horrible. Like, I go through my Xbox.
That makes it a little bit better?
Yeah, it makes it a little bit better because I have it, like, it translates the page. And then, I have my brother's login credentials saved. Shout out to my boy DJ King, my brother, for paying his bill so I can watch this shit.
There you go. Exactly. See, Litman's got some weird J's right now as well.
There you go.
Litmantis, he knows what's up, man.
What do you mean about weird J's?
Maybe just J's as well. Maybe he's got some. I don't know. Maybe he's got some of the crazy design ones. I don't know. Fuck. He's wearing Jordans, so he's got that going for him. He's got that. Chris Surratt, thank you for joining us. Get the tables, guys. Always good to have you there. You want to pull up our folks so we can give some shout outs before we get out of here? And
let's give some shout outs. And one thing we want to shout out is our boys. Our boy Travis.
Oh yeah, we can't leave without doing that. Absolutely. Yes. Thank you, Silky. You have been staring at yourself for a while, but you did remind us that we got to send a shout out to our boy Travis. Travis Wallach, 713-882-4609, Prestige Properties. We've said it a million times, folks. You know somebody that lives in this area. We know you do.
Yes.
Because everybody's coming to Texas because Texas kicks ass, especially Katy, where we live, which is right outside of Houston. We call it Houston, basically. But, right outside of Katy.
We're a lot cooler.
Booming booming neighborhoods out here. It's blowing up all over the place.
Brand new house.
I've been in my house for a very short period of time. We just got our PMI taken off because the value of our home's gone up so much already because of this area, because it's badass. And one of the guys that can help you out with that, our boy Travis Wallach, travw777@gmail.com. Prestige Properties. Give him a call, 713-882-4609. travw777@gmail.com. Commercial real estate, residential real estate, Prestige Properties. Proud sponsors of the Speez and the Benchmark Show. Thank you for the reminder on that one.
And we got, right now, we want to say thank you to the people who's sticking with us. We got Anthony. Get the tables. Watch them.
Coming up soon.
After us. Lit Manis. Love that guy.
Dr. Huge Show. He'll be on tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central Time with Dr. Huge for the Friday Shout-Out Show.
England JT.
England.
And then Glota.
Which is probably a porn bot. But
the porn bot's giving us spots, so we got to giving us hearts.
That's cool. And let's give a shout-out to everybody who gave us super hearts because some of the folks aren't here anymore. But
Anthony, Lit Mantis, Dr. Huge coming strong, and Jeff Cross.
Thank you guys very much for the super hearts. Look at that, 20,000 super hearts today.
Boom.
Which is outstanding, guys. We cannot thank you enough for that. We are getting dangerously close to the point where the Periscope folks are going to have to send up some money for the super hearts here. And that's all you guys. That's all word of mouth from you guys. And you guys being willing to pitch into the show, man. So,
and be a part of the show.
We do a lot of joking around on the show, but the fact that Silky and I talked about it on Monday night when we got done, the fact that when we start the show, you start seeing all the names of people that are coming in, like, holy shit, people actually hop in. People are actually waiting to watch the show. How crazy is that?
I know. To see your goofy mug and
to listen to your shitty, uneducated takes. Just
bitch,
shooting from the
degree.
hip, bullshit.
Bitch, I got a degree. Uneducated my ass. That's fucking racist, man.
That man says he bought some Jordan Flight Legends.
Oh, nice.
Silky probably knows what those are because
I do.
Silky's one of those guys that buys and sells Jordans. Like he'll buy them and then flip them and sell them for like an extra couple $100 because
there you go.
That's what he does. He's good like that.
I buy a lot that I keep for myself, much to the chagrin of my wife But hey, I got a shoe closet to keep up, which he has seen.
I got pop figures. That's my thing, and those are only about $10 a pop, so that's fine.
Oh yeah, but he's seen shoe closet.
It's pretty impressive, I must say.
20, 30 shoes, all mostly Jordans.
Yeah.
I do have a few that aren't Jordans. All my hats. I mean, hey, I'm living the charm life.
Yeah, it's very
wrestling.
Good.
I'm doing this. I mean, I have nothing to complain about except
for
the dumb shit you say.
Well, if that's the worst problem you got, then you're doing all right for yourself. So once again, folks, we are very, very, very grateful. If you are listening to the podcast, we hope you will share it with your friends. Leave a review for us. That's always helpful to us. And if you are watching us here, head on over to the YouTube channel, tinyurl.com/Speez benchmark.
Also,
give us a like, leave a comment. That would be very helpful. And as Silky points out, yes, tinyurl.com/SB tip jar. If you can't do the Super Hearts thing on Periscope, if you want to chip in $1, a couple bucks, $5, $10, whatever you want to do.
Whatever you want to do, we're going to start. I've stockpiled a lot of stuff that we're going to start giving away to our fans that leave us tips.
Absolutely,
and,
yes.
Some pretty cool shit there.
Yes, we do have some very cool stuff going on. So again, thank you all for joining us. We love it. Thank you to David, to Chris Surratt, to Roman Reigns correspondent Sasha Reigns, and to Lit Mantis for joining us here. Once again,
shout
stay
out to my
tuned.
cousin DJ for screening the call.
DJ, we are very grateful to you as well. Stay tuned for the Get the Tables podcast. That's at Get the Tables, DA Tables. They'll be on soon after us. And, of course, you can catch Lit Mantis on the Dr. Huge show tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central Time. That's 7 p.m. on the East Coast. Silky, anything else before we get out of here tonight?
October 13th, I'll be at the Katie Zelks Lodge. DZW presents Hollow Ground 3, third 3-year anniversary. It's a 3 Stages of Hell match, only seemed right, with T-Ray, where I will punch him several times around the facial region until he screams for mercy. Maybe give him a couple Brie Bella kicks. He's already an ugly guy, so I'm gonna just make him uglier because I can do that. And that's about it.
All right, then. At DZ Wrestling on Twitter. DZWrestling.com is the website for the Benchmark Silky Baines.
I hate you.
Chris Bezak, we thank you so much for being with us. Thank you for listening to the podcast as well. We will see you on Monday after Monday Night Raw right here on the Speez and the Benchmark Show. Good night, everybody.